Okay. Monday Night Football. Not the last primetime football game of the week, Andre.
I mean, let's hope.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you fantasy guys are really on pins and needles with this.
Bro. Yeah.
This one game. Like, you basically have two strategies here. You either came in and said, like, I'm going to ride with the Monday Night Football guys, or you are taking a serious, you're taking out important players because you don't trust that game's going to happen.
Yeah, and I really don't know what to make of it. Like, if I was a betting man, I can't get action on this, I would bet the game's not played.
Really?
All evidence seems to suggest otherwise.
There are no positives today.
Is that what we need? 1 out of 6 of no positives, and we're like, let's play. Which, again, no judgment here. I'm just trying to understand what the barometer is here.
Okay, well, here's what we're looking at is Monday Night Football between the Chargers and Saints. And, of course, we should revisit what we're talking about here, what we talked about on Friday, unders week. We really thought unders were going to hit at a legit clip this weekend, and they didn't.
No.
They didn't hit at a bad clip, though. It didn't sink your ship if you went unders.
I mean, it didn't make me feel great when I've been, tooting my horn about unders week all week.
Right. Unders week.
6-6 on Sunday. We did get the under on Thursday night. Our specific unders are 3-4 with the possibility to go 4-4 tonight. So, I mean, yeah, we're alive. It didn't sink your ship. But, yeah. I mean,
and you might be asking, if you're 3-4 on the unders, why is RK wearing sunglasses? Well, I'd love to tell you. On the tailgate, which if you aren't watching, you are missing out on just amazing content. I'll just be honest.
You're not wrong.
I gave out my lock, prop, and upset. We do it every week.
Yeah.
Now, my lock.
I hate it so much.
Why?
I hate that I'm locked into a lock, prop, and upset. Let me give 3 picks that are baller.
Dude, no one's putting you in a box. You can do whatever you want. I don't know how many times you've been on that show to realize there's nothing stopping you from doing whatever you want.
This is what was happening to me with the old BSN ATS days. Uh-huh. And I was suffering in silence and alone back then. But suffering nonetheless, where, weeks 4, right where we're in the, should we update the numbers? Are we riding with the old numbers? Everything goes wrong. And I just know late October, early November, it's time to really, we'll be printing money.
Okay. Well, anyways, speaking of why I'm wearing sunglasses and printing money, I gave out my lock, which only didn't hit because my upset was so good. I gave out Dolphins over 49ers. I thought they would squeak it out. Fitzmagic would make more plays than Jimmy G. And let me tell you, Fitzmagic made a lot more plays than Jimmy G. Jimmy G benched, 43-17? Was that the final score?
Yeah.
So my lock was the under in that game. My upset was Dolphins to win. And then my prop I gave out, which both you and Henry are taking a shot because you bet against me next week. The prop that I gave out was Carson Wentz, 2 total touchdowns, rushing, passing, or receiving. And he got 2.
It was looking so good for me for the longest. But Carson came through.
So that's plus 200 on the prop, plus 290 on the upset. That's 4.9 units. You lost 1 unit on the
that's value, kids.
On the lock, and you end up with plus 4 units.
Andre,
that is value, kids.
You were almost right though with the Eagles. It was like you said, it was looking really close that it wasn't going to happen with Carson Wentz, but Miles Sanders got 2 running touchdowns.
Almost, man. Can't believe we're talking about.
And that's what you said. That you literally were like, I don't know. Miles.
I know, but then I also gave Miles to sit in fantasy. I hate this so much.
Yeah, you're.
I did
you're
say.
Hot right now.
I did say the Steelers would get like 10 sacks. I was wrong about that. 8 sacks, 11 QB hits, led the weekend.
I came out of that game feeling better about the Eagles.
Carson's like a UFC fighter where every game I'm like, I can't believe Carson survived that.
I know.
Like, how can anyone survive that kind of beating?
I'm really not sure.
Week in, week out.
Yes, touch wood. Touch wood now, especially after what happened to Dak.
Prayers up for Dak. That sucks.
Seriously, though.
Okay. So, anyways, I did great. You didn't do. I don't think you did poorly on your picks.
The other thing that killed me was all these big spreads. I thought taking the
dogs
would help. Not at all.
No.
Aside from your beloved Miami Dolphins.
Yes, my
Miami
Dolphins.
That's 2020 for you.
Boo
the
on
upset
that one.
of the year, and still it screws your other lock because it goes over.
Well,
that's
on me. That's on me.
Such a good upset.
I knew it was a Fitzmagic day. I just didn't know how much freaking magic he had in the bag.
The Dolphins broke the Niners. The Niners are done.
The Niners have been broken, bro. I've
They're
been profiting on it
starting
week in,
CJ
week
Beathard?
out.
It's over.
Yeah, I mean, they've been like that. And they knew Jimmy wasn't the guy. They've known it. Now, maybe he can get it back somehow back to game manager Jimmy.
It's not happening.
They're in trouble.
We see this with every iteration of the Kyle Shanahan offense, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how do they do that with this no-name quarterback? Then Matt Schaub all of a sudden,
Right.
The pixie dust dissipates and he's a bum. And
Maybe
that's
they should have
with
Ryan
Jimmy
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. If that was the most surprising outcome of the weekend, I'd say second most was the Browns.
Oh, really? Because I would say the second most is the Raiders, who spoiled your lock of the day. By 20 points.
Yeah. Yeah, estimated win was off by 22 on that one.
Oh, yeah, the triangle theory?
Yeah, the Pythagorean expected wins. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was a rough one, but...
That was the surprise of the week.
Were you one of the people cheering for the... Well, no, you weren't because you had your lock on the game.
Yeah, obviously.
Everyone at the DNVR bar, it was a weird scene. But someone also commented this on the Broncos podcast today. They were like, it was so weird cheering for the Raiders. Everyone here wanted the Raiders to win. I just think people want to see, like, when Patrick Mahomes threw that pick, everyone, like, there was legitimate cheers. People want to see that team lose.
The Chiefs' O-line didn't show up. And that one Ruggs bomb was the difference to me. Like, any other time, Derek Carr, as he's got pressure coming to his feet, no way completes that.
Yeah. He
made the play, man.
They finally figured out they need to push the ball downfield to score points in the NFL. It only took John Gruden 3 years.
Yeah. Thanks for figuring it out on the one day I have minus 11 and I have on the Chiefs. And also, I should have factored in Chiefs just came off some big wins. It was just natural they were going to take their foot off the gas at some point.
I was confident because Patrick Mahomes had blown out the Raiders in every meeting that they had against each other.
Same here.
But
yeah.
We got a question?
Yeah, some people are curious about what's going on with the sunglasses, maybe new to the show.
Oh.
Do you want to explain it, Ryan?
Yeah. Primetime used to say when you ball, you get the call.
That's a segment they used to have.
Yeah, something along the lines of like, when your pick smashes, you wear the glasses.
Wow.
So,
Very nice.
anyways, I was right on that. I had, Russell Wilson. Anytime Russell Wilson goes down, you hit the live line. This is a age-old RK betting tactic.
I did an explainer on betting favorites, and this is what you do in like soccer. If the dog goes up in the first 30, you need to smash the favorite because you just got like free value. You did it with Russ yesterday. You were almost wrong, but Russ is a magician. He makes sure you aren't wrong.
2 4th down conversions on that last drive. I never doubted it for a second. As soon as they went for the 4th and got it, I was like, cool, I won. This is the topic of the day in NFL Circle, so I got to know your answer. What would you have done in Mike Zimmer's shoes?
Oh.
The 4th and 1 from like the 5-yard line. If you get it, the game is over, but you have a chance to kick a field goal to take an 8-point lead to take losing out in regulation out of the equation. What would you have done?
Yeah, hindsight being 2020, you take the field goal.
I'm with Mike Zimmer on this one. You only had one opportunity to make sure that Russell Wilson doesn't touch the ball again. And if you do that, you guarantee win.
Yeah, and with how crappy their season's been to this point. And they were blowing them off the ball.
Yeah.
That O-line was dominating, yeah.
If you ever tell a coach before a game, if I tell you right now, all you got to do is convert 4th and 1, you're going to win, will you take it? Every coach would say yes.
Raiders converted 2 4th and 1s, by the way.
Yeah, big one.
QB sneaks, too.
So anyways, to the commenter asking about the glasses, when you make the cash.
When you ball, you get the call.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we celebrate. The Browns, to me, most exciting creative offense in the NFL. It's almost as if they had been able to hire Lincoln Riley. That's how creative this offense has been. It's been a joy to watch. That O-line is dominating despite some key very young members to that unit, and they dominated what was up to this point the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, and
without Nick Chubb.
Everyone wanted to bail on Baker Mayfield after week 1. I said I'm not ready. 4 wins in a row since then.
Crazy.
Yep. Pretty awesome.
You wouldn't think as a bettor that the fact that they had a 3-1 record coming into the weekend as a bettor, you wouldn't have thought. And the fact that the Chargers are actually 1-3 as a bettor, you might think they were better.
That's true. And that is a perfect segue into tonight's Monday Night Football game. But before we do that, a shout out to this presenting sponsor of this show, DraftKings Sportsbook. Sign up now at DraftKings Sportsbook. Download their top-rated sportsbook app and get yourself a sign-up bonus up to $1,000 when you use the code DNVR at sign-up. You can get in on all these amazing offers that they have, including bet $1 on any NFL team and win $100 if you pick correctly. Each and every week, there's some big favorites that are taking care of business. I'm still mad at myself for not making my lock the Cardinals because I bet more money on the Cardinals than I bet on anything yesterday. And they obviously came through.
Oh, I know. Cardinals, Steelers. There were some real easy favorites out there.
Don't be taking a shot at the Eagles like that. They hung in there. That was a close game.
The spread was 6.5. It was never like they were.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
What was the other big favorite that was never in doubt? The Rams against the football team?
Yeah. Yep. How about Alex Smith playing, though? That was cool.
I would wish under different circumstances. Like, not 10 sacks? Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Times. He comes in, gets sacked 6 times. Someone tweeted, Alex Smith's leg passed the test of wearing Aaron Donald as a JanSport.
Bro, like, could you imagine being his family? Like, you're so excited to see him back on the field, and then you're just terrified for him.
Yeah.
Must have been a nightmare. So, yeah, I mean, congrats to Alex Smith, but jeez.
Okay. So anyway, sign up at DraftKings Sportsbook. Get that sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Of course, you must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25x. Playthrough and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right. Monday Night Football. As we said last week, if you don't have action on primetime football, you could be put in jail for up to 5 years. That's a new rule. So, Chargers Saints, and the headline of this show is betting on this game comes down to one question, and I truly believe this. There's only one question that matters when it comes to this football game and where you want to bet on. Do you believe in Justin Herbert, or is what we've seen so far a false positive? So, Andre, I turn to you. Do you believe in Justin Herbert, or do you believe it's a false positive? Because if you believe in Justin Herbert, you love +7. You might even love +285 on the money line. You're worried about the over-under. I mean, the list goes on. So?
I think with extra preparation, a veteran defensive coordinator like Dennis Allen, with that pass rush, guys like Cam Jordan, they will be able to limit Herbert enough to where one game isn't one to make this judgment, but for this one game, yes, he will have shown himself to be a mirage.
A false prophet.
A false prophet, yes.
And you can profit off a false prophet at DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm with you here.
We're all in on the under.
We like the under.
We have to.
We need it to break 500.
Yeah.
In this, but I'm not worried about what I have or have not to do because I'm a free man. I can do whatever I want. But I am of the belief that these two defenses are both pretty damn good. That Justin Herbert is not going to look like he has in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And that both offenses are going to struggle a bit.
Yeah.
And if you believe that, you love the under.
Under's great. Breeze has struggled. Herbert, we don't know what to get. They're arguably the Chargers' best player on offense, and Austin Eckler isn't playing. Their O-line is suspect, and with guys like Cam Jordan, could really be in trouble.
How would you play Herbert if you were the Saints? Because blitzing has not worked. He has the highest passer rating against blitzes in the NFL right now.
I'd probably get a little creative with some spy stuff. So that when he's moving out the pocket, I'm not blitzing, but I've got an extra defender that can kind of be dedicated and put a little pressure so he's not throwing on the run with as much comfort as he has so far. And what's been weird is they've been getting production from wide receivers you wouldn't expect. So I think you just got to go, too high, guard that deep ball, say, hey, if you can beat me with Justin Jackson and Josh Kelly on the run, I'll take that. We'll adjust enough to where I'm not worried you'll gash me. And that's kind of... So essentially, I'm doing what the Vikings did to the Seahawks yesterday, and that almost worked.
Yep. So if you watch, the Seahawks are a perfect example here, and I was actually going to use a Broncos game plan against the Seahawks from week 1 of 2018. Week 1 of 2018.
Yeah, it was like Fangio's first game, and we were talking a lot about containing him. And
you mean VJ's first game?
Oh, jeez, yeah, it was. Huh?
No, it was second season, first game. But it was Case Keenum's first game. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
What it came down to was the Broncos wanted their outside pass rushers to corral Russell Wilson so that he had to go forward instead of outward. And that's what Justin Herbert wants to do. He wants to get out of the pocket, move around, and make plays. So if I am...
That's what Baker's having success with, too.
Oh, and he's doing a fantastic job. I mean, most quarterbacks that aren't statues would prefer to get out there. Drew Lock wants to get out there.
Totally.
So what I do is I use Cameron Jordan and my other pass rushers to corral Justin Herbert. You don't need to sack him.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to make him go forward.
Yeah.
And have, you could have a spy there, who's just waiting for him, rather than letting him go out. And if you watch Russell Wilson last night, he had a lot of trouble early in that game because he couldn't get out.
Yep. Vikings did a great job of that.
And so you keep the two guys in the middle in there, give him a chance to grab him if he tries to run by, and corral, and drop a lot. You could bring 4, you could bring 3. I wouldn't bring many more than that, and make him make tough decisions downfield. So if that's what they do, and I think they're smart enough to see what they should do, I think you hit this under easy. But there's also a world in which both teams are kind of content to get into a shootout.
That's just been football in 2020, college or pros. It's just shootout galore.
And they're letting every offensive lineman hold like crazy.
That's terrible.
Which, eventually they're going to stop, right?
I guess.
I mean, I don't know. People like it. No one likes seeing holding calls.
47.5 was the average score on Sunday.
It might honestly make me go crazy if Von Miller was healthy and he was just getting mugged.
Dude.
Because he gets mugged anyway, and they never call it.
Yes, he does.
If they never call it, oh, man, that would be. So over under points by the Chargers, 20.5. How do you feel about that? That feels low.
Yeah, it feels low.
But
I know.
Points by the Saints is 27.5.
They're telling you the under is hot.
So 21.
I mean, they're setting
28-21.
Yeah.
Would be under.
Yeah. By a half point, but it'd be under.
I'm thinking this game is going to be like 24-21. And but the thing is that Saints under, Chargers over, Chargers cover.
I'm more than Justin Herbert. I'm really curious to see how good this Chargers defense is.
I don't trust Drew Brees.
I worry that they're not that great.
I might like that Saints under.
Saints under?
27.5, yeah.
Michael Thomas is not playing, right?
That is correct. He got suspended for punching a defensive back in the face in practice.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
That is a bad look.
It's not great.
In the season?
It's not great.
I get a little scuffle in training camp. You're punching dudes in the face in the season?
Yeah, not super.
Made me not like him a lot. I was never that big on him.
Yeah, totally.
Now I just I straight up don't like him.
Well, it's definitely under. The only thing I'm torn on is the spread here. Because, as I've told you many a times, Herbert doesn't know how to close games. We saw it last week. Do wonder if the Saints are able to sneak one in. Win by 9, win by 10 at the very end, Get those insurance points with 2:30 left, and there goes the spread.
Does it let you do a... No, dang it. I want to do a parlay of the Chargers and the under. because the lower scoring the game is, the more likely you are to cover a touchdown spread.
Yes, totally.
Which is why they're not going to let you parlay it.
That's right.
Sometimes in the game specials thing, though, they have that offered. It doesn't look like they have it today.
I really like a prop I love tonight is Drew Brees to throw an interception, plus 125.
You love betting on quarterbacks to throw interceptions.
Love it.
And Phil threw a pick six. Tom threw one, I think, in that game. Did he? Thursday night?
No, Nick Foles did. Tom did not.
Okay.
He's so close. Bunch of bouncers off the hands. I also really like Alvin Kamara, more receiving yards than Hunter Henry.
Alvin Kamara, more receiving yards than Hunter Henry. Wow, that does feel like a good bet.
Minus 115.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let me just see.
Value.
Any quarter bets here?
Oh, yes. I do like the Saints in the first quarter.
Saints in the first quarter, huh?
Yep.
Saints on the script are nice.
Exactly. Most bet on props in this game, Alvin Kamara over 51.5 receiving yards.
No.
Yeah, I don't love that either. Justin Herbert over 260.5 passing yards. I think that's a sucker's bet. Hunter Henry over 50.5 receiving yards. Already, you see there's good value there. Then it's Josh Kelly under 49.5 rushing yards. That seems risky to me. Kamara over 67.5 rushing yards, and then the Brees interception. Those are the most popular props bet by the public.
Most popular.
Very well. Very well done.
Okay, so I'm ready to lock in some bets here.
Let's do it.
Saints minus a half point in the first quarter.
I'm in on that. That is in my bet slip as well, my friend.
We got that. The under in the game.
Yes.
And the Saints under 27.5.
Okay. I also have Malcolm Jenkins, yes to an interception, plus 650. A little long shot fun.
Okay.
Right? Veteran safety gets the rookie quarterback.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
Cam Jordan to record a sack, plus 105.
Oh.
That's automatic.
Yeah.
And then, what was the one I really liked that I just thought up just now? Oh, man.
Come on, the people need it.
I already put money on it. Taysom Hill to score the first touchdown, plus 2,500. And you can use the first touchdown insurance to get a Taysom Hill touchdown any other way, then you'll get the money back, right?
I mean, I'll say this: we think the Saints are gonna score on their first possession, and they've got something for Taysom Hill, or you think they've got something for Taysom Hill in the script.
Don't you love that?
I don't love any first touchdown bets.
Oh, well, I know, but with a little insurance,
I do like the insurance. I might be persuaded after the show. You might have to really talk me into that one.
Plus 2,500? Isn't that so juicy? I also like our boy, Donald Farham, who you and I once saw at a Senior Bowl. He had his first career touchdown last week. You can get him to be the first touchdown at plus 8,000.
He reminds me of that dude from the Eagles. Fulgham.
Fulgham's a star. Fulgham's a stud.
Yes. Glass half Fulgham, dude. That's my guy.
That's so stupid.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
We're
I
locked
have to
in.
get my long shots in. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've
I'm
got
excited.
Forum and this other thing. And
Taysom Hill.
DPJ. It's a good name.
We do have a comment here coming in from Riley Jacobs saying Saints 18-0 in their last 18 games in October.
I like it. How are they against the spread?
Yeah, I mean, 7 points is a lot. I think they're going to win.
Also, you remember the Chargers, how good they've been historically on the road as of late under Anthony Lynn.
I don't remember that.
Well, they were really good 2 years ago in his first year, and then they were fine.
It's because all they do is play road games.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So other teams just adopted the road.
Right. They live on the road.
They were born.
Like
they
a
were born and molded
artist.
by the road.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I remember that they played like 6 straight games on the road or something because one of their home games was a London game or something crazy like that, and they went like 5-1. Forgot about that.
Incredible.
All right, well, so it comes down to: do you believe in Justin Herbert? We don't.
No.
But if you do, and you're right, you could make some serious money off of this football game. But
That's true.
I think there's a reason for that.
Let's go unders.
Unders, baby. We need the unders so it's not overs week when we thought it was unders week. We'll just call it a week.
If this hits, though, then the unders on the week would be 8-6. Our specific 8 would be 4-4, and then we'll see what happens with Bills Titans. You know what I overlooked yesterday?
What did you overlook?
Was the Steelers with the week off coming in sloppy. These random weeks off where you weren't able to practice, we got to take these into account. Patriots last week, too.
Yeah. Well, we took that into account.
A little slop.
We got some money off of that game.
Yeah, we did. Also, they adjusted the over-under line for the Sunday night game. It was 57.5. It got lowered to 54.
Yeah.
Once the Steelers score that touchdown,
Seahawks,
it's a push. But they go for 2. Miss the 2, it's 53 total. The under still hits.
I took an under in a college football game on Friday night. They had 3 failed 2-point conversions in the game, and it still went over by like 20 points. I was heartbroken.
Secondaries are so leaky. It hurts my heart to have an under and see all these
football.
wide open passes. Ugh.
Yeah, college football, man. They're having a time. I will say I cashed in on Clemson. So much Clemson. All right, that's enough.
Why didn't you talk me out of Derek King?
Look, I'm a Derek King guy, but
I know.
The powers that be are the powers that be. It's Clemson, it's Alabama. What you do in this world is you just profit off of those teams.
But Alabama,
except for Alabama. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Alabama's played 4 games now? Their first quarter spreads hit 3-4.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like I was waiting for someone to tweet at me like, "Oh, I thought you were supposed to never bet against Russell Wilson." I hit my Vikings plus 6.5. I'm like, you're gonna hit some spreads now and then. Just never bet against Russell Wilson to win the game. And yes, will he lose eventually? Of course, everyone does.
Awesome.
But it's like there was a listener on the Broncos podcast that bet me a pizza that the Chiefs were going to go undefeated. And I'm just like, if I'd made that bet every year about any team, I would be 53-2 right now.
You're operating like the house now.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take that action all day long. It should be like 10 pizzas to 1 really to make that bet fair. But I do, people throw me pizza bets, I accept them. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you guys later on the next episode of DNVR Bets Daily tomorrow, previewing Tuesday Night Football. What a thing. Later.